Assalamu alaikum. Join us for the new series here at Sunnahfollowers on the book called Termites by Sheikh Muhammad S. Adli, hosted and broken down by Laila Nasheeba. Please join us every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, right here on Sunnahfollowers.
Wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Welcome to our hadith class, and we are studying the hadith from the book entitled Termites, and this is the book written by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Adli. And these are all hadiths that are things that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam warned us against. He said, because if we indulged or engaged in these actions, they can impact the foundations of our faith. You know, they can weaken our iman. And so like a termite can nibble away at the foundation of a home and destroy it. You know, these are things that our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam encouraged us to stay away from, because they can eat away at our faith and destroy us. So, mashallah, let's take a look at the hadith for tonight. And let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen so everyone can see. And let me know if you guys can't see the screen, because y'all know I'm running a bunch of programs here, juggling different things. Running a bunch of programs. Okay, who is that? Is this right? Can y'all see this? Okay, yeah, here we go. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay, so this is the hadith for tonight is hadith number 11 from the book. And this is a hadith addressing alcohol and the alcoholic. And what is an alcoholic? This is a person that is addicted to alcohol. But let me talk about this for a second. In Islam, anything, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, anything that befogs the mind falls in the category of khamr, which is an intoxicant. So even though the hadith, the transliteration of the meaning says alcohol, it really should be intoxicants, because all intoxicants are haram. Okay, if it makes you high, if it befogs the brain, you know, if it makes you tipsy, then it's an intoxicant, and it's unlawful for us to do. That means cigarettes. For those of you who don't know, smoking cigarettes is haram. You better get those Nicoderm patches and get busy and kick that habit, you know, because nicotine is an intoxicant. That includes cigarettes, that includes cigars, that includes marijuana, that includes opiates, anything that you are using on a recreation basis. And the reason why I throw in the recreation is because Allah put everything on this earth for a reason. For example, an opiate, like let's say morphine. Okay, it's an opiate. And it's okay that the doctors give it to you, okay, to knock you out so that they can perform whatever surgery is needed, or they can give it to you, you know, to take your, to make you less sensitive to the pain. That's different. But to use morphine as an example, as a recreation drug, this is haram. This is an intoxicant. You're using it to get intoxicated. It's not being used for you, for a doctor to do surgery to save your life. Okay? So I had to explain that. So let's take a look at this hadith that is addressing intoxicants, basically. And the hadith is that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever drinks wine, Allah does not accept his prayer for 40 days. And this is not just wine. This means marijuana. This means crack crank, cocaine, whatever intoxicates you. If you take recreational drugs, guys, Allah does not accept your prayer for 40 days. Why? Because intoxicants, they are the mother of all the bad and evil deeds. Because when a person becomes intoxicated, it leads to them committing other sins. For example, you can become so intoxicated that you fornicate, you adulterate, you steal, you kidnap, you kill, you will even curse Allah. Okay, so this is why this is a serious sin in Islam. And I want you guys to pay attention. There's another hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, a man, any man who dies a drunkard will be raised up as a kafir on the day of judgment. That hadith is authentic. It's in Sahih Muslim. What does it mean? He's talking about a man who is intoxicated. You're addicted to drugs. You know it's haram to get high. You know this is haram. But your love for that high is so great that you're willing to disobey Allah. This falls in the category of associating partners with Allah. And a lot of us, will be held back on the day of judgment because we associated partners with Allah. We took our desires. We took our love. We took our addictions and made them equal to Allah. So that's what that hadith means when the Prophet said, any man who dies addicted to alcohol, any man who dies addicted to an intoxicant, they will be raised up on the day of judgment as a kafir. Why? Because he loved that intoxicant more than he did Allah. So that's something that we need to ponder, especially since we're experiencing so much, Allah is sending so many calamities to us as a nation. He wants us to wake up and take a good look at ourselves. We need to think about that. Okay, let's see what else we got here with this hadith. Not only is it a sin to take intoxicants for yourself, but also to show how bad it is, it's haram for us as Muslims to even serve it, to even make it, to even label it, to even transport it, to even give it away or receive it as a gift. So not only is it haram for me to smoke cigarettes, it's also haram for me to buy them for someone who does smoke them. It's haram for me to take you to the store so you can buy them. It's haram for me to hand you a cigarette. I remember before I retired, I used to work, some of my clients smoked cigarettes. Yeah, believe it or not, even though they were mentally ill, they knew how to get high off of nicotine. Some of them drank too. And I remember, I told my supervisor when I first got hired, I'm going to tell y'all something right now. Y'all know I'm Muslim. I don't do that. I said, if the client, you have to give him a cigarette. Some of my clients, you have to give him a cigarette every hour. Oh, no, I don't. And I told them, homie, don't do that. I'm an 80s girl. I told him, homie, don't client to get cigarettes every hour. You better get a co-worker to do it, because homie don't play that. I said, I'm Muslim. We don't smoke, and I don't hand you a cigarette. I don't buy it for you. I don't serve it up to you. And so my supervisors, they said, okay, it's no problem, Laila. So they knew not to ask me to give them a cigarette. They knew not to ask me to take them to the store so they could buy a cigarette. They knew that I didn't do that. Homie, don't play that, I used to tell them. So that shows how serious a sin this is. We can't even transport it. Anybody that deals with intoxicants is cursed by Allah. So this is a serious sin, that we need to consider. Also, check this out. Ibn Umar, radiallahu anha, he said the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said Allah has cursed intoxicants, its drinker, its server, its seller, its buyer, its presser, and the one for whom it is pressed, the one who conveys it, and the one to whom it is conveyed. Also another hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said there are three people who Allah will not look at on the day of judgment. One is a person who is disrespectful to their parents. Another is a pimp. And another is a man who didn't care about being indecent, his family being indecent. And the three who will never enter paradise are those who are disrespectful to their parents, the alcoholic or drug addict, and the favor-minded. And again, all of these hadiths are authentic. So we have to be careful as Muslims, guys. It's the choices we make. It's the choices we make. As I was speaking earlier, Allah already knows which of us will be in paradise and which of us will be in hell. He didn't. It's just that he knew what our choices would be. So we have to make the right choices as Muslims and learn to say no. Say no to drugs. Say no to intoxicants. Say no to anything that Allah forbids for us. All right. So wonderful hadith for us to put into action. And again, that includes those cigarettes. Y'all better stop smoking. Get you some Nicoderm patches and kick the habit before Allah takes your soul. Because you don't want to be like the drunkard who will be raised up as a kafir. All right. So I'm going to stop right here. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Are there any questions or comments?